Now let's move to another state in anarchy, Senegal. Once known as West Africa's bastion of democracy, Senegal's reputation is now under threat. Last week we told you how the upcoming presidential election had been postponed. It was supposed to take place on February 25th. But with less than 3 weeks to go, President Macky Sall postponed it. It has been pushed to December now, meaning Sall won't give up power for at least a few more months. And this has led to mounting anger in Senegal. That anger erupted over the weekend.
If we are here, it's because of President Macky Sall, who dared to touch our constitution. People are saying Senegal is experiencing a coup d'etat. It's the first time it's happened, and it's under President Macky Sall. He's the first president to stage a coup d'etat here at Haim.
People started taking to the streets on Friday and they began clashing with the police. These were the scenes in the capital, Dakar. Protesters pelting stones, the police responding with tear gas. The demonstrators were undeterred though. They marched towards the security forces, proudly brandished Senegal's flag, and they kept chanting. They're chanting, Macky Sall is a dictator. These protests took place throughout the weekend in the capital Dakar and other cities. At least 3 people have died in the violence, but it shows no sign of dying down.
We are ready to give our lives so that the people can be freed, so that Senegal can rid itself of Macky Sall.
The situation in Senegal has sent alarm bells ringing around the world. The United Nations has weighed in, asking all stakeholders to follow the country's constitution. The West African regional bloc, ECOWAS, has spoken too, asking Senegal to quote-unquote urgently restore the electoral calendar. ECOWAS head and Nigerian President Bola Tinubu was set to meet Senegal's leader today, but that meeting was abruptly called off. There's a lot at stake for the region. It has seen a string of coups in recent years, and Senegal was supposed to be the exception. It's West Africa's shining light of democracy, the most stable country in the region. So Macky Sall's decision to postpone the election has sent shockwaves across the region. Sall, however, is defiant. He says he has done only what was necessary.
You are right that West Africa is currently in an extremely difficult time, and it's not a time that I should finish my term and reinvent myself in a new career as a dictator or non-democrat. That's a picture they are painting, but it doesn't correspond to my profile or my personality, and that doesn't correspond to reality.
That's what Macky Sall said in his first interview after the election delay was announced. But his record doesn't really hold up. 2 of Senegal's major opposition leaders have already been barred from the election. Popular youth leader called Ousmane Sonko, who's in prison, and Karim Wade, the son of a former president, both barred from the polls. But it seems that wasn't enough. Macky Sall then postponed the election. He said there were still electoral issues with the list of presidential candidates. Some 20 candidates had qualified for the February election, and they're not pleased with the delay. About 12 of them have come together. They're uniting against Macky Sall and challenging the election delay in court.
Those 12 and 13th of us, what we've decided is this. This is not about a political party. We decided to take away any colors from our parties. There's only one color. It's Senegal. We have one goal now. It's to make sure that President Macky Sall does not conduct his 3rd mandate, and we go towards the election.
One challenge was lodged on Friday, another appeal was scheduled for today, all against the election delay. A decision is expected this week, but will Macky Sall obey the court verdict? He refuses to say. Senegal is on the edge, with people waiting to see if their cherished democracy will remain or if Senegal will become the next African dictatorship.